Welcome back to AMC everybody. I have a feeling that today is going to be a big day. I'm filming this video in the after hours of the previous trading day, looking forwards to tomorrow, but either way I think this video is still going to be very relevant. Because regardless of what we see between the after hours now and the pre-market hours tomorrow, I think one thing is going to remain the same. Investors are probably expecting a lot from today with AMC, and already in the after hours when I look on certain forums and websites, I can see people saying, why is AMC stock not going crazy? These are the days that we must prepare for the most. Now, some could say, from a fundamental standpoint, today should be a great day for AMC stock. Some could say that we should expect good things. But as we know, AMC just doesn't work like that. I've said many times in the past, I personally think for a long-term investment, AMC could be a half-decent company. I'm not a financial advisor, that's just my opinion. But what I would say though is, in the short term, we see this sort of price movement all the time. Let's move out to the past 5 days with AMC. We started to see that trend build up, $11 plus. It looked like things were going good, especially in the past month where we've hit lows of about $9. To jump to $11 was about an 18% gain or even a 20% gain. And on the 6-month chart, of course, from the absolute lows that we saw at 8, we're coming up quite well. Now AMC is back into the 9 range. Let me just undo that. It's back into the 9 range, and that's kind of what I'd expect, because again, what people expect with AMC, the opposite often happens. It's these random days where the stock seems to rocket, and it's these important days where the opposite happens. The stock either doesn't move very much in either direction, or it tanks, even on good news. Now, as I said in our last video, I think if anything, the price moves of AMC today, and in the next week or so, by the way, will probably be dictated the most by the prices on the general market and the trend in the general market. And as I said in our last night video, with the way that the markets are moving right now, we're in a bit of a rocky position. Like, the past 5 days has been great for the markets, but in the past 2 or 3 trading days especially, we're starting to see that consolidation come in. It doesn't matter whether you want to look at the S&P, the Dow, the Nasdaq. Some of these are red in our previous trading day, and some of these are green, but only by a small amount. And even on the past month chart, you can see here, 1% gain on the S&P 500. So we're in quite a rocky position, but what I would say with AMC is, my opinion is, we are closer to the bottom, I think, than the top. So whether we go back down to 7, whether we go back down to 8, whether we go back down to 9, 9 on the dot, I can see this one being one of those days where we expect big things. And I think because of that, the price movement will do the opposite. I don't think we'll probably see anything positive from AMC today in terms of the actual price movement. That's just my opinion, and I hope I am wrong. I only make these videos to talk about a potential scenario, and I think in the potential scenario that I outline, we see AMC stock drop a little bit. Now, as I've said before, I think for the more long-term investor, AMC could potentially be a good bet. If that's the case, does it not mean that the lower price allows people to get more shares at a better value? That's the way that I see it, and of course I'm not a financial advisor. Now, whether we're talking about the short squeeze potential, the long-term investor potential, or the short-term trader potential, our views have to change. I think the former two give a very different perspective than the trader. Now, the trader, I think, for AMC is going to be in choppy waters, but for those looking for the short squeeze, for those looking for the investment, I think AMC is an interesting company. I mean, I've said it before, I don't believe in the short squeeze anymore. It's just my opinion, and I might be wrong, and I still support anybody that does. But for me, I'm not holding any shares for the hope of a squeeze. For a more long-term investment, for potential even mid-term investment or a potential swing trade or something like that, it could be a very interesting stock to watch though. So regardless of what your opinion is, I'm sure most of the people who watch this AMC video and AMC videos alike aren't watching for some groundbreaking fundamental analysis or even technical analysis. I just wanted to make a video to show some sort of what I'd expect for today. So again, probably some choppy times coming for AMC, in Thursday and into Friday. I'm not sure that's going to be the case. I hope it's not. But I wouldn't be surprised if AMC stock is down tomorrow 5%, 10%, maybe even 15%. Does it mean very much? Probably not to most people. Most people are in deep with AMC, whether it be in the losses that they sustained in the reverse split, or whether it be in just their conviction into believing in AMC. Most people are in this one. And if that's the case, I don't see why it matters too much. And of course, it's just my opinion. I'm no kind of an expert or specialist, but I just think with a stock like this at the moment, The short-term potential is going to be a drop. I think the more mid-term potential, though, is a potentially great deal for cheaper shares. It's just my opinion, but you can see how even in the after hours now, AMC stock is dropping. And again, some might say this is based on news, some might say this is based on manipulation. I'm not here to debate that argument. That's up to you guys to decide in the comment section and in different forums and videos. What I'm here to say though is, either way, I'm looking at this company, I've got my eyes on it, I want to see what happens in the next few days. So let me know what you think is going to happen with this one, both today and in the next week or so. I'm very interested, and again, if I get the opportunity to pick up much cheaper shares, I may be thinking about it. I'll let you guys know how I get on, how I feel about it, and of course give you my continued updates throughout the week or so. But thank you for watching this video, I appreciate it very much, and I hope to see you all again in our next one. So thanks a lot, and see you soon.